Welcome to our call, everyone. So happy that you're all here with us. Today's call is about mastering the love connection. So by being here, you are going to learn what it takes to master the love connection. I'm your host, Natalie Nelson, and this is a Discover Healing production. Okay, so there's some really fun stuff that we're gonna learn about today. You're going to learn the 5 reasons your relationships are doomed to struggle or fail. I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but we all struggle in relationships, right? So what I want to share with you today is how you can avoid struggle and how you can avoid relationships failing and fix relationships that are failing even. This is good stuff. It's amazing, okay? So we're also going to talk about why some people will stay single forever through no fault of their own, okay? And how to resolve the underlying problem. We all have a friend like that, right? Who's just kind of like unable to make something happen. Well, you're going to find out why. And if that's you, you're going to find out what you need to do to fix it. Okay, we're also going to be talking about the deep dive tool that will help you to get rid of all your relationship issues. It's going to help you find them and get rid of them. Pull them out at the root. Okay, so you know who's talking to you. I'm Natalie Nelson. I'm a master energy healer, and I'm our lead healing trainer, and I've been mentored by Dr. Brad since about the year 2000 or so, somewhere in there, okay? I'm an expert in the methods that we're gonna show you, and this deep dive tool that I'm talking about, I created it with a bunch of, many years of knowledge and some assistance from Dr. Brad, so it's really exciting for me to be able to share this with you. This tool is my baby, so stay tuned because it's gonna get real fun in a minute. I only want you to stay here if you're willing to really take responsibility, okay? So most of you guys on this call already own the body code. You already know how a lot of this works, but we sometimes still have blind spots when it comes to relationships, especially, okay? So I want you to be willing to take responsibility for things that are probably needing some awareness from you, if not your fault. They might be your fault. So you know when you point a finger at someone, you're really pointing 3 fingers back at yourself. It's hard to recognize that things are your fault, but that's what we're doing when we're blaming others. We need to be able to look at those 3 fingers pointing back at ourselves. It's hard to do that, and it takes courage to do that, and you need to be willing to recognize where you want to improve. That's what this is all about, and you need to be willing to change, and you need to be willing to take some kind of action. I want you to do something right now. I want you to write down on a piece of paper one thing you've ever done wrong, something that you messed up, you made a big mistake. You don't have to put it in the question box. If you want to, you can. But, you know, we all like hearing everyone's juicy, dirty secrets, right? Don't do that though. Just write it down on a piece of paper, okay? And you've already started now to shift. Even if you've thought of something that you've done wrong before, you've started to shift into a state where you're starting to take responsibility, and that's a really great place to be in. It's a little vulnerable, and I get that. I totally understand, but that's a good thing in this situation, okay? It's a good thing for this webinar because it'll help you to really open your mind and to recognize a lot more about why your relationship issues are even a problem, why they're happening for you, okay? So if you're really serious about doing this and about taking your healing knowledge to the next step, stay here, stay with me for our call. And if what you see excites you and interests you, we'll get into this really cool package that we've put together. We're gonna work with a volunteer later on, so you're gonna learn a lot, okay? So you already know Dr. Brad's story, okay? If you don't, I'll tell you the teeny tiny nutshell version. When he was 13, he was diagnosed with a potentially fatal kidney disease. He had these crazy stabbing back pains all the time. There was no medical treatment, and he had a 50-50 chance of survival. They sent him home and said, well, you're either gonna live or you're gonna die. And that wasn't good enough for his parents, and they didn't give up. And so they kept looking for alternatives. And so they took him to these 2 holistic doctors. And at the time, you know, Dr. Brad didn't know what was going on. He was only 13, but these doctors were working on him. They were these holistic physicians, and he started to feel better in a very short period of time. And one day he said, Mom, I think I'm better. And so his mom took him back to the clinic, and the medical doctors ran the tests again, and he was well. And so he has since, well, at that young age, he decided, this is amazing, I'm better. And it didn't take very long because they made conditions right for my body to heal itself. And so that became this lifelong journey for him of learning all about healing, and it turned into the Body Code. Dr. Brad devoted his life to the healing arts, and he developed a habit of praying when he was working on his patients. He became a chiropractor and was interested in better ways to do things all the time, and anytime he got to a point where he didn't know what to do already, he would pray and ask for help from the divine. And so that became this huge giant system called the Body Code, which you are most of you are already familiar with. Okay, now he loves simplicity, and so do I. Making things simple is absolutely where we're at. I'm just definitely his protege, because I'm like all about the simplicity as well. So, you know, we used the Body Code for a lot of years to do to help people to feel better physically and emotionally too, and you know, they'd get more energy, and we've seen all kinds of miracles with the Body Code, right? And you've probably seen some as well. But what we didn't really focus on a ton was this other outcome, love. Today I'm going to show you that most elusive outcome that you can achieve using the Body Code, and that is love. How to create more love, how to heal the love that you have, how to fix your relationship issues, get rid of them, so that you can have great relationships as a result. The healing process in your body is all about getting things out of the way, getting blockages out of the way, so that your body can then return to a balanced state where it heals itself. Okay, so we kind of know that already, but what about relationships? Is it possible that our relationships can just be happy and healthy when there are no blockages? Do you think that that's possible? That our relationships can be healthy and happy when we just don't have the negative things getting in the way? Raise your hand if you agree with that. Or raise your hand if that makes sense to you. Raise your hand if you think maybe that's possible. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of hands going up. Okay, cool. Good. Okay, you're with me. Yes, I love you guys. Okay, cool. So let's keep going. So I have to tell you my story before we get too much further into this, because I want you to know really where I'm coming from. Okay, so I've been doing healing work for a really, really, really long time. I grew up with it. Even as a kid, I was doing muscle testing and clearing emotions and stuff. So I know this stuff. And I helped redesign the Body Code 2.0, and I got totally immersed in it, and I started working on clients and helping clients to heal and to feel better and feel happier, and I was even helping their relationship problems, but I was still struggling in my relationships. In fact, I had a failure of my marriage. I got divorced. My marriage totally failed. I gave it 6 years, and it just didn't work. It didn't work out. And that's when my real transformation started to happen. I went through my divorce, and it was so difficult. It was, I mean, anyone who's been divorced, you guys all know, if you've been divorced, that it's really, really rough. Even if you feel like the light at the end of the tunnel is there and it's going to be better later, it's still the hardest thing you can ever go through, pretty much. And so that's when I really started to start to search for answers. Over the next 2 years or so, the pieces all started to kind of fall into place, and I started to make a lot of realizations about relationships, and I realized that a lot of the problems that I was having, it was because of me. And it wasn't because I was a jerk or something. I mean, you know, I like to consider that I'm a pretty nice person, but there were some serious underlying issues that I had that were creating my relationship problems. In fact, one of the main complaints that I had, especially after my divorce when I was dating and trying to start a new life, was that I kept attracting a certain type of guy that I did not want to be with. Okay, a certain type of guy that was emotionally unavailable at best. Okay, a lot of bad people out there. You don't want to be dating, right? But I kept attracting this, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why am I attracting this? And I finally got so sick of it one day, and I just said, no more. I'm done with this. And I started to work on myself. I started to ask my subconscious what was going on. And what I found was actually really incredible, because listen, I spent a lot of years in therapy, and I spent a lot of time clearing my emotions and doing body code work on myself. Like, what is the deal? Why am I so unhappy in this? Why is this happening to me? Why am I so unhappy, in my marriage, but also, why do I keep attracting these problems? But I wasn't digging deep enough at that point until I got so sick of it that I said, no, I'm done. There's got to be something else going on. There's got to be some level that I haven't gotten to in my subconscious. And so that's what I found. And that's what we are going to talk about today. Okay, so I discovered some really powerful truths, and I think that if you are familiar with the body code and the emotion code, and if you're familiar with how this stuff works, these are probably going to make sense to you, okay? But we'll get into them a little bit more throughout the course of our call, so don't worry if it seems over your head. Okay, number one, your subconscious mind has massive control over your lives and over what happens in your relationship. It absolutely does, okay? Makes a lot of sense, but your relationship issues. Now, listen, I mean, like I was saying a second ago, it's easy to point the finger and blame other people, right? But what we have to understand is that the behavior that we attract and the people that we attract, it's almost completely dependent on our vibrations that are within us. So we have to be able to find those and dig those out. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. You can heal old relationships too, and you can start new healthy ones if the conditions are right. But I mean, you can be married to someone for 30 years and you can be like, yeah, we're just not happy, but we're staying together for the kids and because it's just too scary to leave and, whatever. But you can also heal that no matter what kind of patterns you've been in, no matter how long you've been miserable, and no matter how much of a jerk your spouse has been to you, you can still heal things. I firmly believe that. I have seen it again and again that people have done that. So you can do the same thing. I firmly believe. I mean, in most cases, obviously there's an exception to every rule, but for most people, it's possible, okay? So you can also discover how to make your relationships heal and thrive just by simply asking some yes and no questions, just like we do with the body code, but there's different questions that you need to be asking about. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you in a little bit with this program that I've created, this deep dive tool. Okay, so you can discover this power too. It is available to you, and you have this ability to make the changes that are needed to find love, to find fulfillment in relationships, to create the perfect environment for happiness in relationships in your life. You have that ability already. You just need to discover it, and I will show you. It's so easy. It really is. But, again, this has been a labor of love for me to put together this whole program. So it's very, very helpful in making it very easy for you and very simple and straightforward. So who would agree with me that the general approach to relationships is missing something? Raise your hand. Do you agree with that? The general approach. And I'm talking like, therapy and reading self-help books. Okay, lots of hands going up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, you're right. We're both right. There's something really, really missing. So I'm going to lower the hands. I have another question for you. How many of you are in relationship pain? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're in relationship pain of any kind. Any kind. You're in the middle of a divorce, or you're just feeling like you fight a lot with your spouse, or you're lonely and you can't meet anybody. You just don't feel a connection with anyone. Maybe you don't like anyone, or maybe no one likes you. Yeah, lots of hands going up. Sorry, that last one was kind of mean. But we've all been in situations like that, right? Or know somebody like that. You just can't make it happen. Okay, so how many of you have been unsatisfied with the solutions, quote unquote, that are out there? Okay, so again, self-help books, therapy. I don't want to rip on therapy, by the way. I love therapy. It's great. It's great for helping you to find out what your blind spots are, to become more aware of yourself and more aware of your environment. It's fabulous, but it's not the whole story. It's not, and I can say that from personal experience. It's absolutely not the whole story. Okay, lots of hands raised there. Yeah, so you're not satisfied. Well, I wasn't either, obviously, and that's why we're here. So is anyone divorced, or are you going through a divorce? Are you on the brink of divorce? Lots of hands there. I'm glad that you guys are here because I know how painful that is, and I know how much this can help you in the middle of that or after anything. Okay, so is anybody attracting the same type of person over and over that's just totally wrong for you for various reasons? Raise your hand. Isn't that the worst? Oh, it's so the worst. Yeah, I see your hands up. Okay. Well, this can help you too. Okay. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. Because listen, there are just almost no long term solutions for relationship struggles. And I am positive that this is it. It's a long term solution for relationship struggles. It's going to help you to just level up time and time and time again. What do I mean by level up? I mean, if you hit some kind of a roadblock and you're like, oh, why does this not feel good? Why are we fighting? Or why do I feel unloved? What's going on? Just go back to the program and get out your body code every single time. And you can then you'll just rise above it. And if you hit something else, another roadblock, get it back out again. And you're just going to get better and better at this. And you're going to feel better and better at this over time. It's such a fabulous thing. So the other thing is emotional problems are covered up. That's part of our general approach. Okay. We have all these labels like men are this way and women are this way. And, women are overly emotional and crazy. So we tend as women to silence ourselves. And men feel bad when they're not being able to open up enough. And so it's just like this icky situation. Our society has given us a lot of problems that we really shouldn't have. Okay. They try to kind of shame us into silence, but that's not how things should be. We should be able to be vibrantly who we are in our relationships, but our baggage gets in the way and then it turns into shame and we have problems and then we fight and we feel alone and we can't meet anybody and blah, blah, blah. So many problems, okay? And poor communication gets blamed for everything, which is such a joke because poor communication is a symptom of deeper underlying problems in your relationship and in yourself. So that's what we have to do. We have to get rid of the underlying roots, but people aren't doing that, right? I mean, we're talking about what's wrong, we're trying to get around it, but we've got to get rid of the symptoms by getting rid of the underlying root. It's just like how the body code works with physical pain or with fatigue or with depression. You're trying to get rid of the underlying root so the problem can just go away. It's the same thing in relationships, okay? So you're not alone in your pain in relationships. Let's just talk about the divorce rate for a second because it's such a huge problem. The divorce rate in America for a first marriage is 41%. The second marriage is 60%. The third marriage is 73%. So why does it keep getting more likely? Why do you keep getting more likely to get divorced the more times you're married? You'd think you would learn things, but guess what I think is really happening? The underlying reasons that caused your first divorce are just going to get compounded when you get divorced a second time or when you get married a second time even. Things just start to add up and pile on. It's just like the things that go wrong in our physical bodies. You go through trauma after trauma after trauma and things get worse and worse and pile on. So we can use the body code to reverse that. So if you're in any one of these situations right here on the screen, you don't have to be. We can reverse that using this program so that you're going to be totally unlikely to get divorced. Speaking of another rate, 40% of people report being unhappy in their marriages. But I think it's probably a lot higher than that because I think a lot of people are in denial. I never admitted that I was unhappy, but I was. The whole time pretty much. I was unhappy. So we have to kind of admit to ourselves, okay, something needs to change here. Something needs to be improved. So I'm curious, for those of you that are on with us, what are you dealing with? I'm not going to say any names, okay? I'm not going to read your name out with your problem, but what are you dealing with in your relationships? What's going on? What are you seeing around you? If you're not particularly having problems yourself, what are you seeing around you? Either with your grown kids or your friends? What's going on? Okay. Someone says trying to control my husband's behavior. Okay. Betrayal. Very single. Okay. Stagnation. Okay. I'm divorced and I find I'm no longer able to connect to initiate a new relationship. Ooh, yeah. That's a huge one. Lack of intimacy. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are all across the board. Someone says no interest. Okay. I'm still in love with my ex. Ouch. Okay. No matter what your issue is, this can help you. Seriously, no matter what. We want you to be able to live a wonderful, abundant life with beautiful relationships, especially romantic ones. They're so fulfilling when they're right. And when you don't have that, it's awful. Okay, so why are you still living like this? So all of you that just mentioned that, there's several different reasons. Let's talk about these, okay? And you'll see yourself in at least one of these situations. Okay, why are you still living with this relationship pain Well, number one, the most common thing probably is accepting limitations. It's thinking that fighting is normal. It's thinking that isolation is normal and just saying, well, I guess that's just how it is. Like the girl in the picture, like, nothing I can do about it. Okay, it's deciding that you're ill equipped to do anything about it. Okay, so that leads me to number two, a lack of information. If you don't have the information you need to change things, if you don't even know that it's possible, then how are you supposed to make any changes, right? So, a lack of information here would be not understanding what really causes relationship issues. It would be underestimating the power that your imbalances have over your relationships. That would be believing that you're not an energetic being, you're only physical, and that there's nothing you can do to change things. Number three is ignoring your emotional intelligence. Okay, so ignoring your body's emotional guidance system. If you ignore that, and you ignore that you're really not unhappy, if you ignore the betrayal you feel all the time, and if you're just like, well, I can't do anything about it, it's just how I feel, well, that's a problem, isn't it? Because that's not just going to go away. You know how Dr. Brad talks about the check engine light? I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that analogy. That's what emotions are. That's what your negative emotions are. They're like they're communication. They're communication from your subconscious and from your body. Okay. Now the next thing, I'm sure nobody sees this in themselves, but this is secondary gain. You may not know what that is. Let me explain it. That's getting attention, getting something out of having relationship issues. Okay, so if you're feeling like your husband doesn't love you and you call your girlfriends to talk about it and it turns into a gossip fest, you're getting a connection with your girlfriend, right? You're making up for that. You're getting something out of having the relationship issue. So a lot of us hold on to our problems because we're getting something else out of it. It's really icky. Nobody wants to admit that one. Okay, so that's okay. Doesn't matter. We're here to shift into a situation that is different than where we were before, okay? And it's okay to admit when you've been wrong. Most people have been wrong about something or another at one point in their lives. Most people live in this intersection here in the middle between untruth and truth. If you own the body code, and if you're familiar with how it works, you know now what really goes on in our bodies to cause pain and fatigue and depression and whatever other kinds of problems, right? So at one point though, you didn't know that, right? At one point, you didn't realize what was really going on. It's just like thinking the world is flat. You know, all those hundreds of years ago, people thought the world was flat. It was generally accepted as truth. But then when new information became available, they rejected that and shifted into this state of truth. So I think we're kind of constantly straddling this line between untruth and truth. And so you're going to find out something you can do in a minute to help your relationships. So I'm hoping that that'll help you to shift into a state of truth and gain that knowledge and gain that information that you didn't have before. So there's three truths that you need to know right now, and one of them you already know. So you're already ahead of the curve. You are pure energy, just like everything else. Okay, number two, all relationship problems are caused by an imbalance in your energy. Okay, and number three, it's easy to make these changes in your energy to create ultimate conditions for love, but you have to know how. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have something holding your hand to help you to ask these questions, okay? So you guys already know this. You know that everything is made of energy, and you know that some energy takes the form of physical matter and some energy is invisible, okay? That's kind of old news. So we're going to keep going, okay? So you are pure energy. You've got this invisible energy body. Okay, it's called the ki or the chi or the prana. As many as 97 cultures in the past, maybe even more, have believed in the human energy field. And now we can actually take photographs of it. Okay, so amazing. And even your physical body is made of energy too. Hey, I have a question on that note. How many of you have felt physical pain or even fatigue or illness from having relationship stress because of your relationship stress? Oh man. Lots of your hands are going up. Yeah, you know, at one point when I was really unhappy, I had walking pneumonia. in my marriage because I was just so full of grief about it. And my lungs were like, I can't handle this. So I get that. It's a real thing. It's a very, very real thing. So your physical health is also at stake when you have relationship problems, isn't it? Oh, it's so scary. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can shift out of that, okay? But we already know, okay, the energy affects us. Just like I was just saying, quantum physicists have shown this. They've shown that we are affected by other energies. And what we believe and think and feel will have an effect on our health, and it will absolutely have an effect on our relationships. So there is a give and take of energy in all relationships, especially in romantic relationships, though. Especially when you have when you're with a partner, you are constantly exchanging energy with this person back and forth all the time. There is an unconscious, subconscious communication that's happening between you all the time. You know how sometimes you can just tell that your partner is irritated and they haven't said anything, they might not even look any different, but you can just tell, you can pick that up, right? That's a thing. That's because you've got this give and take of energy. They're kind of they're giving you this energy. They're giving it off, in other words, and you're so closely connected to them that you're picking that up. And the same thing happens with you. So this happens when you're not in a partnership also, but we'll talk about that in just a second, okay? So this is kind of what happens. When we hold on to negative energies in relationships, we poison the energy exchange with our partner. Would you believe that? Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like somebody just was poisonous? Or have you ever felt like you were poisonous? Raise your hand. Yep, totally. So, and I say the word poison kind of loosely. It's sort of, I know poison is a really extreme word, but that is kind of what happens. It taints the energy exchange with our partner. But if you're clear of negative energies, then your relationship energy exchange can be clean and clear and beautiful. So let's take a look at what it's like when things are not so clean and beautiful. This is the cycle of poison in relationships. This is what it looks like, okay? So there's a few different, steps in this cycle. So this is what happens first. So trapped negativity colors our feelings and it colors our thoughts. Whether you realize it or not, if you've got trapped negative energy in your body, it is absolutely having an effect on you every single day, every single minute, whether or not you realize it. You can be happy right now and in a great mood, but there's still something lurking, something kind of sinister going on underneath the surface. And you can still be giving off a really poisonous vibe to others, especially your partner, if you've got this nasty trapped negativity going on within you, and it sabotages things. So the next step in this is that our negativity leaches into communications with our partner. And I'm not just talking about verbal communication. I'm not even talking just about body language. I'm talking about that energy exchange that happens with our partner, which again is a very strong, direct, energetic exchange. Okay, so what happens next is that it hurts our partner on some level and they become defensive and then the cycle repeats. Now, they may not realize that they're hurt. They may not realize what's going on. They might just feel a little bit like, oh, something's weird that's going on. But it ends up building up and building up and building up. And that's why sometimes we can be in relationships with people for decades and we can handle it, but we're never really that comfortable. There's always something going on. We're always feeling a little bit of negativity coming from our partner, and we're probably giving it right back to them because this is what happens. It's a cycle between the two people. We feed each other this energy back and forth. Now listen, there can be a lot of good mixed in there, a lot of good, okay? And again, you can be really happy in your relationship, but this is going to hurt you no matter who you are and no matter what your situation is, because we all have negativity. And that's why I believe that all people need this. Even if you're in a happy relationship where you don't really have very many struggles, you've still got some junk if you haven't been working on clearing it out of your subconscious. Okay, so let's talk about the cycle of poison when you're alone, when you're not with a partner, when you're maybe like dating or you're just not attached to anyone, okay? So you can be dating or you can be just totally single, no interest at all, the whole spectrum. It's the same deal. It's the same thing at first. Trap negativity colors our feelings and our thoughts. And generally this is old stuff, but not always. It can be, new and old. Okay, so then we give off negative energy to others. You're giving off a vibe of some kind, okay? And then we attract relationship pain over and over. Either you attract the wrong person over and over, the wrong type of person, or you kind of push people away. Maybe you sabotage things over and over and you don't understand why you're doing it. Or maybe it just shuts off your desire completely because it's just too much on some level. If you're one of those people that's just shut off to love and you just have no interest, I firmly, firmly believe that what's really going on is a situation of severe overwhelm in your subconscious. Like your subconscious is just like, oh man, no, there's just no way I'm going there again. Let's just shut down that whole area so that he or she can just kind of stay alone. It's easier. It would be way more painful if we opened up that door again. So now that you know all of this, I have a question for you, okay? Two people are on a boat when it begins to sink. Picture that. One person accepts this as fate and they drown, and the other person refuses to give up and they look for alternatives. So who are you? Which one are you? Are you a sinker or a swimmer? I want to see a response in the chat box. Who are you? What are you going to be? You can decide right now. I don't care who you've been before or where you've been before. It doesn't matter. You could have been that person who's a defeatist and you've given up on everything in your entire life. But right now, you have the opportunity to change. Ronald says he's an Olympic swimmer. I love it. Yes. Okay, lots of swimmers on our call. Oh, you guys are the best. Yeah, you gotta be. You have to be a swimmer in order to really start to make a difference and to change things. Okay, so we're going to talk about this 4-step solution. You are already familiar with these steps, but it's a quick review. Okay, so you need to discover that you can change things. You need to find out what's really going on by exposing the underlying causes. Then you need to release it, and then you need to heal. So let's go through those steps real quickly, okay? Step number 1 is to discover, okay? Discover that your energy is to blame for your unhappiness, okay? And that your true vibrance can be revealed, and it's easy to do it. And you need to discover that your discomfort is simply communication. It shows you where there's opportunities for improvement. So here's an example. If I'm feeling negative in my relationship now, if I'm feeling like unloved or frustrated or something, I've now shifted into a place where I'm like, wow, where is this coming from? It's probably some old junk. And discovering that, being able to kind of make that discovery every time has helped me a lot. In fact, I didn't mention this before, but I just got engaged to a really, really wonderful, fabulous person. He is the best guy that I could ever have asked for. And bonus, his family is fabulous, and I couldn't ask for anything better. And it's because I did all of this hard work on myself. It's because I took just amazing efforts to make my own life better. And that didn't happen. I didn't meet him until I had done this. I just wasn't ready. But remember when I told you that I got fed up and started working really hard on myself? I mean, meeting him was the product of that. So, and I have to say too that he's completely different than every other person. You know how I kept attracting the same type of person over and over? This guy's the complete opposite. It's so funny. Anyway, so you can make this discovery too, and you can maybe discover your true love. I don't know. That'll be, left to your vibration to decide, right? So step number 2 is to expose. Okay, we have to gain information. You already know how this works. We have to gain the information from the subconscious by asking the right questions. Okay, I'm going to show you what those are in a second. So you can use the body code and the Resonating Relationships program to change that. So this is our new program, Resonating Relationships. It's the subtitle is The Energy of Romance. I love it. It's exactly what it is. It's all about the energy of romance. So you can use these programs together and get answers from your subconscious, your inner subconscious genius, okay? So you know your subconscious holds the key. You know that all that information you need is in there, okay? And it's the same thing with relationships. everything you need to fix your relationship or to fix your relationship issues and to finally get into a place where you can have what you want, it's all in the subconscious, okay? So your subconscious mind is 99% of your intelligence, right? So it knows exactly what you need. So we get answers by you asking yes and no questions. I'm going through this quickly because I know for a lot of you it's review, okay? So I'll show you my favorite muscle testing technique in just a minute. For those of you that are newbies to muscle testing, you'll get a good demo there. Okay, so step 3 is to release. So once we expose the root causes of our relationship problems, we can release or correct it exactly in the same way that we do with anything else in the body code, okay? So the really special part is the questions that we ask, and that's in the Resonating Relationships program. So the releasing process takes only seconds. In every other way, the healing process too is exactly like regular body code work. The healing process takes place automatically, and a lot of the time you're going to feel better immediately. You might even notice a shift in behavior from your partner immediately. Or you might even notice that what you're attracting and who you're attracting is shifted immediately. I'm not kidding. I've seen it before. It is the coolest thing, okay? And sometimes it takes a little work. You know, for me, it took a little work, but I had some major issues that were really deeply buried, and I was able to dig them out using the information in this program, so you can do the same thing. So you got to know the questions to ask because relationships are complicated. So Resonating Relationships, the energy of romance, has all the questions you need to ask, and the body code has all the answers. That's the way that I'm looking at it. All the info you need to find, all the info you need to be asking about is in Resonating Relationships, and then we use the body code. Okay, they work together totally perfectly. This is just the cover design of both of these. I think it's kind of cute, so I wanted to show you. So I'll show you the program in just a second. You know what, actually, let's take a volunteer. So our staff is going to check to see who was here at the beginning. So if you were on time and you wrote in volunteer, you are among the group that's going to get to be chosen, okay? So we're gonna do a little mini session in just a second. Okay, so if you weren't here at the beginning, you won't be eligible to be chosen as a volunteer, sorry. But if you were here, you can go ahead and raise your hand. If you were here and you wrote volunteer in the box, raise your hand right now, okay? Only if you were here on time at the very, very beginning, okay? Lower your hand if you weren't here on time, because it's just gonna make it harder for our staff to find a volunteer, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the body code and Resonating Relationships and how they work together. It's going to be really fun. Okay, perfect. Looks like we have somebody chosen. I am going to just quickly pull up the forms that we're going to be using. Okay, so you can see here that we have an evaluation form and a session form. These are basically guides that are going to walk you through the whole process of doing a session, a really deep dive session on your relationship issues. This is way deeper stuff than just normal body code work, but the body code still has all the answers. We're just asking really deep leading questions about our relationship issues. Okay, so I'm going to show you the form and then we'll talk to our volunteer in just a sec. Okay, so let's talk about the evaluation form first. Okay, this is a huge document. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so it's a 16-page document. We simply don't have time to go through the whole thing. We have a lot of info in here. I'm going to share with you a little piece of it today that I think you're going to find really valuable. And even if you don't purchase this program and start using it, you're still going to learn this really cool information for free. However, keep in mind, it's not the whole story, okay? Because there's 16 pages in here. There's 10 sections that are really in depth. Lots and lots of opportunity to find what's going on. Okay, so I want to say this is on page 10. Nope, hold on. Here we go. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on section 8. We're going to talk about our volunteers mode. I'm going to explain this to you first, and then we're going to choose which mode we need to work on for our volunteer. So for mode, this is actually, you know what, I want to see a show of hands. How many of you are familiar with our abundance program and being in abundance mode versus lack mode? Okay, cool, a lot of you. Okay, so this is a similar thing. For those of you that are not familiar with this, I'll explain it, don't worry. Okay, so basically what this is all about, this is a way to measure how likely you are. So for connection mode, this is a way to measure how likely you are to have that spark when you meet someone new or when you're in a partnership and you want to keep the connection alive. You know, sometimes when you're in a partnership and you're just like, man, you know, the spark just kind of died and I'm not feeling it anymore. That can be whether you're a month in or, you know, 25 years in, it doesn't matter. You still need that. You need that connection. You need that spark to stay alive. Because when it's not there, your connection mode is low, and guess what's high? Is isolation mode. That means that your energy is isolating. Okay, it's kind of like, I mean, the way that I picture this is literally like a spark that's like lighting a fire, and isolation mode is cold. Okay, it means your energy is pulling away from others, especially pulling away from your partner or a potential partner. It's just cold. There's just nothing there. It's kind of like a dead zone around you. You've got to buffer up, okay? So that's connection mode. Okay, so these three numbers add up to 100%. Okay, stagnant mode is in the middle. It's a no man's land. It's a gray area. There's nothing happening. It's just kind of a yeah, sort of like a dead energy. It's not horrible, but it's not great either, okay? So nurture mode, you need to also have this be really high in order to be able to feed your relationship. Okay, so nurture mode needs to be 100%, but if it's not, then part of you is going to be in stagnant mode where you're just sort of not really doing anything. You're not really nurturing it, but you're not killing it either. Conflict mode is when you're kind of killing it. That's when you're going to be killing your relationship by neglecting it or by, you know, finding conflict, finding something to fight about or finding something to feel conflicted about. Your energy is going to be in sort of a conflict state, a conflicted state with your partners. You won't resonate. You won't be able to connect on things and enjoy that beautiful kind of like knitting together of souls, so to speak. And it's just not a great place to be. So harmony mode, this one is really interesting. This is about measuring the harmony between two people. So you have to have permission from both partners, but you can measure that. You can see how much in harmony a couple is, or how much in discord they are, and how stagnant their energy is together. You want to be vibrating at 100% harmony mode in a relationship, and if you are, you're going to be able to get through anything together. You're going to be able to really make it happen, and you're just going to feel good about being together and like that you're a team. Okay, I have a question. How many of you guys feel like you are not a team with your partner? If you're in a partnership right now, raise your hand. You don't feel like you're a team. Mm-hmm. Ooh, isn't that the worst feeling? It's really gross. So you can measure this harmony mode, and then the way that you fix it, just in a nutshell, is by working on each person individually. And sometimes you can raise it up to really high by only working on one partner, actually. But I always recommend that you work on both. Okay, so we are going to pick our volunteer now. We've got we have somebody that has been chosen. So for those of you that didn't get chosen, better luck next time. But I want to talk to Christopher. I'm going to unmute you. Hold on a sec. Let's try this. Okay, looks like Christopher, you need to unmute yourself. There we go. Hi.
Hi,
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, well, thanks for being here and thank you for volunteering. So, can you
Okay.
tell us kind of in a quick little nutshell what's going on with you, what you want to change and improve in your relationship
Um,
or in your life relationship wise?
just my outlook really. I haven't had a relationship for about 10 years, and the last one I had only lasted 3 months. And then I kind of started a new one this year, which again kind of lasted 3 months and then died off. And it just seems to be a pattern.
Yeah.
Obviously I kind of cut myself off for 10 years and then tried again. It's just happened again. So
Uh-huh. Okay, so did you say you had a relationship recently for 10 years? I mean for 3 months. Sorry. And the last one
yeah,
before that was 10
yeah,
years ago?
yeah, that's
Mm.
right.
Okay, so you haven't had a long relationship for 10 years.
No.
Okay. Okay, got it. So just a couple of 3 month long things.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I feel like some people have patterns like that. I used to have like a 9-month thing. I'd be with someone for 9 months, and then I'd be like, okay, this is not working, and then I'd ruin it. Do you feel like
Yeah.
do you feel like it's come from you, or has it just died? Did you sabotage it? Like, can you give us any other info about what happened to end it?
Um, I ended it, but I feel like I'm attracting people that I'm not really supposed to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few months, they kind of change, like, oh, I need someone at the kind of illusion that there's someone else out there for them, and I kind of feel like I'm losing them, and I get really disheartened. I'm like, I can't do this anymore, so I just cut it off.
Ah, okay, okay. So instead of trying to kind of save it, do you feel like you give up?
Yeah, I can't. The
Uh-huh.
the feeling of losing someone is just too strong. I just can't deal with it sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I hear that. Okay, who on the call? Raise your hand if you can identify with what Christopher is saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're not alone, Christopher. We have a lot of hands raised. Okay, yeah. So, can you tell me how old you are?
I am 27.
27. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Section 1 is to get a lot of information about how you're feeling in your relationship. We don't have time to go over that right now. We're just going to jump in and start doing this because I want to see where your modes are at and what we need to be working on for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Actually, you know what I want to do? Before we start working on you, let's have a little moment of silence and ask for some help from our higher power. We'll do that now. Okay, cool. All right, and I'm going to create a proxy connection with you. How many of you raise your hand if you want me to use my webcam so you can see what I'm doing? If you don't need me to, then I won't. Okay. Okay. Fine. I will. Good enough, you guys. Okay. Okay, here we go. Cool. Okay, so let's connect up with you here. So I'm just going to show you guys my favorite muscle testing technique. Okay, hopefully this is clear enough for you so you can see my arm. Okay, so this is what a yes answer looks like. I'm going to push down on my arm. I'm locking this upper arm against my body. So this part of my arm doesn't move, only this part of my arm moves, only my forearm moves. Okay, so I'm going to say yes. Okay, that's what a yes looks like. And then this is what a no looks like. Just falls totally flat. If you're learning this, if you're newer at it or if you're struggling with it, sit in a chair with your arm braced against the back of the chair, and that'll help you to make sure that your arm isn't moving. Okay, so Christopher, let's make a proxy connection with you. Okay, if that's all right. I'm just gonna intend here. Okay, my name is Christopher. Okay, boom, there we go. If I say my name is Natalie, not right now. Okay, for all intents and purposes, I'm testing for you. Okay, so let's see what we need to be working on. Let's check you for, to see which one of these modes we need to work on. Now, connection mode and nurture mode are our two options. Because you're not in a partnership right now, harmony mode isn't something that we would do. It doesn't make sense, right? So what do we need to work on for you? Do we need to work on your connection mode? Do we need to work on your nurture mode? Yeah, your nurture mode is what needs our attention today. Okay, so, and you know what, actually, that kind of makes sense because, you know, as of a few months ago, right, you met somebody, or fairly recently anyway, you met someone and it was, you were able to connect with them, but you weren't able to keep it going, it sounds like, for whatever reason. Okay, and that's nurture mode usually is what kind of things just don't work out, you know. And people that have a high connection mode, they're able to meet people all the time or pretty regularly. That's not the problem. It's that they kind of can't keep the relationship alive. So anyway, let's see really quick. Hold on just a second. I've got something weird happening with my webcam, so bear with me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's check your nurture mode. Let's zoom in on this a little bit more because I want everyone to be able to read this if you want to. So getting out my calculator. So we have 100% possibility between all these three numbers. They need to add up to 100. Okay, so how high is your nurture mode? Let's just ask that. Is it higher than 50%? No. Is it higher than 30%? Actually, it's not. Is it higher than 20%? Is it higher than 10%? Yes. Okay, no wonder it needed to be worked on. I get that. So is it higher than 15%? No. 15, 14, 13. Okay, it's at 13%. Okay, so
Wow.
we'll do some work on that today. But no wonder, doesn't that kind of make you feel a little bit better? That's like, oh, that's why. It's not just me, it's
Yeah.
just your energy.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, so your stagnant mode, let's see where that's at. Okay, so we have 87% to divide between these next two. So how much of you is in stagnant mode? Is it, I don't know, we'll start with 40%. No, 30%. Okay, so let's see, 30, 35, 35, 36, 35, 36. Okay, 35. Okay, so 35%. So a lot of you is actually in conflict mode. So that can show up again by, you know, kind of finding conflict with your partner, finding something not to like about them, finding something to worry about. It can also cause you to feel internally conflicted about the relationship. You know, who knows? It can show up in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So that leaves us 52%. So over half of you is in that conflict mode. Okay. So now here's where we do some actual work. Okay, so we have now our session form. I'm going to pull that up, and let me see where our section 8 is. Here we go, section 8. Okay, so we're going to zoom in on that. Okay, so we need to set a goal here. So there's some space in these fillable fields where you can set a goal and then start working on it. This is where we're going to keep our notes, so you'll see what I mean in a second. Do we need to work on raising nurture mode for you? No. Do we need to work on lowering conflict mode? Yes. Generally, it's going to be one of those two. Stagnant mode kind of works its way out. Okay, so let's see. To lower conflict mode to, we want it at 0%, okay? So it was at 52. And now we're going to pull up our body code so we can start doing some work on this. Cool, so we're going to kind of toggle back and forth between the body code and our session guide here. Okay, so we've identified a problem that you're in conflict mode. That's what the evaluation does, is it helps us to identify a lot of information that we can start asking about directly and make super fast, really targeted changes rather than kind of like beating around the bush, which is, I think, sometimes what happens a little bit when we don't know what the right questions are to ask. So let's start taking some notes. The underlying imbalances that are causing you to be in conflict mode, what are they? Okay, what's the first one we need to clear? What's going to make a big impact for you right now? Is it something on our chart on the left? Yes. On the right? Nope. Is it on the left? Is it an energy? Yes. Circular system? Nope. Okay, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly since most of you know body code already, okay? So is it on the left? No. The right? Yes. Okay, here, or here. It's emotional. Okay, is it a trapped emotion, a heart wall emotion, an emotional resonance? Yes, it's a resonance. What emotion? Is it in A? Nope. B, odd row, even row. 2, yeah, B2. Failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control. Ooh, lack of control. Okay, so you're 27. Okay.
Yeah.
Lack of control. Okay, and then let's see what age this occurred at. Okay, was it prior to, let's see, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 15, 16, 17, age 16. Anything come to mind for that?
I was in a relationship at 16, so I suppose it could have something to do with that.
Okay, we can ask. Did this have anything to do with that relationship? Looks like no, so whatever. We can go ahead and just clear it now. Let's just go ahead and release it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, did we release that successfully? Okay, good. There we go. So now let's see what else we need to do to lower your conflict mode. Is there something else we can do? Yeah, okay. So we've only done one thing. Might take a little more work. So let's see. Left side? Nope. Right side? Something on the right. Is it a pathogen? A misalignment? You have a misalignment. Okay. Is it something on the left? No. Is it on the right? It's a skeletal misalignment. Okay, who'd have thought, right? Okay, so is it something in your appendicular skeleton? No. Is it axial? Yes. Okay, so it's something here. Okay, is it something in your vertebral column? Yes. And is it something on the right? No, it's something in your vertebral column. Okay, so let's see. Is it on the left side? No. Is it on the right? Yeah. So is it something in your one of your cervical vertebrae? No. Is it thoracic? One through 6? Yes. Okay, so let's click that. Okay, so is it one of these on the left side? No. Is it on the right? Yeah. Is it T1, T2? Okay, so you have a misalignment of T2 in your spine. Okay, so this connects to your heart. Oh my gosh, that's probably the connection. Okay, and also your lungs too. So you could feel a little, maybe some lung emotions or heart emotions probably. I love it. Okay, so let's see. Misalignment of T2. Okay, is there an underlying cause for this? There is. Okay, let's go back out to our main page. And is it something on the left side? Yes. On the right? No. Is it some kind of energy? Yes, it is. Is it something on the left? Yes. Is it post-traumatic? Yes. Okay. So let's see. Left side? Nope. Right side? Yeah. Is it inflammation? Is it a miasm? A miasm. Okay. So so if anyone doesn't know what that is, a miasm is it's an inherited distortion of the energy field that can mess up your energy field, and it's inherited from an ancestor. So let's see, hang on a sec. Let me just make a note. We're going to go to number 3. Okay, so who did this come from? Did this get inherited from your mother's side, your father's side? Let's see, father's mother, father's father, father's father. Does it go further back? No, it doesn't. Father's father. Okay. Okay. Do we need to know more about it at all? No, let's clear it. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to release that. That's probably about 10 right there, I would say. Okay, so did we clear that miasm? Yeah. Okay, move your neck around. Have you been, or your upper back rather, kind of move your shoulders around. I'm curious, do you have any upper back pain or anything?
I get tension in the upper middle of my back when
Really?
I get a bit tense and stressed.
Okay. See how that goes. That might feel better. I mean, you had that big miasm there, and those are usually kind of nasty, distorting the energy field and stuff. So I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, let's check and see. Do we need to do something else to realign your T2? Is it already kind of realigning on its own? Looks like that fixed it. It's kind of going to go back to normal. But I'm guessing your subconscious wanted us to know that it was T2, and it was that bone probably related to your heart, and that's where the connection is. I like to know what the connection is, so that's probably why it came up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now going back to our original question, is there something we need to do to achieve this goal of lowering conflict mode? Anything right now? No, are we done? Okay, we're done with that for right now. So let's see where we got to. Okay, was 52. We're actually just going to zoom all the way to the end of the session guide. I think it's actually page 14. Here we go. Yep. Okay, so now at the end of a session, you're going to do sort of a mini reevaluation to see where you got. So since this is all we worked on, we're just going to fill out this part. But in a normal session, you'd reevaluate all these numbers. Okay, so let's see. We had, actually, let's pull up our... Hold on. This is our evaluation right here. So we had 13, 35, and 52. So let's see where those numbers got to. And hopefully there's a big improvement. But I don't know. Sometimes it takes several sessions to get a really big improvement. And sometimes you have to work within the other areas of the evaluation guide too and get all that info and do a lot of deep work in a lot of areas to make a really big change. So we're just going to see where we got this time. Okay, so your nurture mode, it was only 13. Where did we get to? Is it higher than 13? Is it higher than 30? Is it higher than 40? Is it higher than 50? Is it higher than 60? Is it higher than 55? No, 55, 54, 53, 52. Okay, it's at 52. Okay, so it shifted. Conflict was at 52, but now your nurture mode is. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so where's your stagnant mode? So we have 48 to divide. So is your stagnant mode higher than, I don't know, 20, higher than 30, higher than 35? Okay, so 30, 31, it's at 30. Okay, so 18% is left over for conflict mode. So you kind of flip-flopped everything, and I love that. That's fabulous. Let me put it in the wrong box. There we go. Okay, so as a result of this, you should feel like you're I would guess you're probably going to be more excited about nurturing a relationship. Rather than feeling, the way you felt about it, rather than feeling frustrated. So fun stuff. So our staff is going to send you the results of this, and just let us know how you do, and let us know about that back tension as well, because I have a feeling that might improve.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so thank you, Christopher. Appreciate
Thank you very much.
So welcome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn off my webcam, but I am still here. And we're just about out of time. But I hope that this has given you a little taste of how fun this can be. Because it really is such a joyful thing to be able to help yourself with this, to help people with this. So this is the package this is the program, the Resonating Relationships program. You already have the body code system, and just adding the Resonating Relationships tool, it just makes it sort of like, it gives it there's this extra like supercharged power boost thing where you can just like zoom directly into the issues that are going on rather than waiting for problems to come up and feeling miserable while you're doing it. I mean, nobody wants to do that, you know. It's just so cool. So people have been asking me a lot, is the Resonating Relationships program, is it only for romantic relationships? The answer is yes and no. It is there to help you to directly zoom in on your romantic relationship issues and get rid of them. But as a result, you can have a lot of other great things happen to you. So since I started doing this, you know, over the past couple of years and really like diving really deep into my own issues, I've been able to make the most amazing, wonderful group of friends like I've never had before. I moved to a new city 3 years ago, and I was kind of struggling with making good friends, and I just kept attracting the same type of people that I was, you know, attracting in dating, just sort of friends that were fair weather friends. But now I have this really great, loyal, fun group of friends. So that's one improvement. And then, you know, we already talked about the physical benefits that can come from having no more stress in relationships. It's just so much better all the way around. So you may be able to experience a lot of benefits, okay? So maybe you might be able to generate more wealth and abundance. You might relieve physical pain. You might live a longer, healthier life. And you're going to be empowered to heal yourself and others with this. So a little bit more about the Resonating Relationships program and what's in it. You know what, actually, let's see. We have some, if you're interested in ordering, you ignore this link here at the bottom. This is not accurate. Because there's a special way for you to order. Let me just tell you what that is really fast. Okay, so, whoops. This is how you order. Okay, if you already have the body code, you can purchase it. You can purchase the program at a discount right now. You have to be logged into Healer's Library, and then you can go to your dashboard. So log into Healer's Library, go to your dashboard, and then click on this little image on your page. Or, let's see, our staff has put some info in the chat box about how to do this. Yeah, so you'll be able to see it. It's the same directions. Let me actually show you, and then I'll tell you what all is in it. This is what the order page looks like, okay? So so this is where it's going to take you. So it's $298 today. It's normally $498. That price is going to go up to $498. February 2nd is the deadline to order to get the discount. So that's actually today. Okay, so you know what? Actually, let me check really fast to see. Oh, you know what? It's Saturday. We're extending that deadline for you guys. But don't forget, though. Don't forget, because you don't want to have to spend an extra $200. Yeah, so you log into Healer's Library, go to your dashboard, and then click this banner. If you do not own, actually, you know what? Let me ask you really fast. If you are interested and you don't own the body code already, you can purchase both. You can get the same discount, and you can also get the body code today too. So if you don't, let our staff know. Just type into the question box and they'll give you the link to purchase. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the Resonating Relationships program. Okay, first we have a 10-section workbook that I showed you, 1 page or 2 pages of that. It's going to help you to identify a ton of key subconscious issues that are creating sabotage. Okay, and then we have the session guide. That's going to help you to just kind of flow through a session in a really beautiful way where you're going to be able to jump around and get the most targeted results by allowing the subconscious to communicate with you. I can't explain it more than that right now, but we have training videos that'll walk you through the whole entire process. Okay, and then the training videos are also a part of that. So we're going to do sample sessions coming soon. And if you purchase today, if you purchase the program today, by midnight, we are going to do a drawing for 5 lucky winners to win a session and an evaluation with me. Okay, so what you just saw when the volunteer session we just did with Christopher, think like 15 times that. Okay, like a long evaluation and a full session. Okay, so because I have to make training videos for sample sessions, so you'll be able to get recorded, and you'll be one of those people. Okay, so that's 5 lucky winners, and if you purchase by midnight tonight, you will be able to be part of that, or you'll be able to be eligible to win that session with me. Okay, so again, this is how to purchase, or you can go to the chat box, and our staff has put the info in there for how to purchase this, and also for if you don't own the body code already and you want to purchase the body code with it. Okay, this would be a fun gift for somebody as well if you have a loved one that's really into healing. You could get that body code package with the Resonating Relationships program. So yeah, so that's it. So listen, we're over time. Thanks for hanging in there with me. But I'm going to stay on for the next couple of minutes, and I'm going to answer questions for those of you that are interested in purchasing the program and you're wanting to do this. So if you're going to hop off, thank you for being here. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. This was really fun. Hope you learned a lot.